Wives. It's quite a weird song. um, where my grandparents are from in Scotland, where my mum grew up, it's like this mill cottage that I used to go to and do some writing at when I was younger. And it's always been a bit of like an escape for me, but also reminds me a lot of growing up, which has always been a bit of a trigger for me with songwriting. And nearby there's these 3 rocks called the Old Wives' Lifts. And I remember going and visiting them as a kid and hearing all these stories about what they were. And there were all these like myths about them. They're a very strange like druid period kind of rock formation that no one can understand how they got there. And there are faces carved into the stone of the rocks. But I remember one of the like folk tales of the rocks is that people used to say that if you didn't walk through this hole that forms between the 3 of them, that you would die childless. Was one of these myths, and I thought that was a really like frightening sort of folk tale as a kid, and I think it stayed with me growing up. And then I remember like reading about it one day as well and just thinking it was really interesting. And the song for me is kind of about my granddad who lived near there, who he developed Alzheimer's in his old age, and it was a really sad time and stuff. And obviously knowing someone and them not knowing you anymore is a difficult thing for someone to go through. And I think the Old Wives' Lifts sort of weirdly became this way of talking about it or venting about that feeling. And kind of, I don't know, maybe it sounds really corrupt of me, but it made it make more sense in my head, and I'm kind of getting how it felt as a kid to be going through that stuff. So that's what that song is about. It's always difficult to write about stuff like that, but at the same time, it's the only time that I'm ever really drawn to write is when something difficult's happening and I need to escape or figure it out or distance myself from it by writing about it. Helps me understand it. And but yeah, it's definitely sometimes difficult to hear it back, and I imagine it will at times be tricky to perform it.